First on the agenda, I'd like to call this meeting to order. The Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next thing is approval of the minutes. Anyone have any comments or motions?
So move.
Have a motion, a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes approved. Any conflicts of interest? None? Okay, so the next thing is any comments by the public. And if you have any comments, please state your name, come to the podium, and you will have 3 minutes. Anyone? No? Okay. Presentations. Second quarter report. Very nice.
Good afternoon, all. Susan Cora's Office of Community Development. We have Joy Puerta. She's the program manager for Port Salerno and Golden Gate, here to present our second quarter report. And always remember, that's 3 months before. So we're looking at what we did in January, February, and March of 2024.
All right, good afternoon. First thing I wanted to go over is Golden Gate. There's 3 projects I'll be discussing: the septic to sewer, the CRA investment program, and the El Camino Trail. The septic to sewer, out of 775 parcels, 473 have been connected to sewer. That represents 61% of the parcels. The investment program, this property was located at 3181 Southeast Dixie Highway. It was completed in February. The improvements included new siding, paint, and a custom sliding door. El Camino, the amended design for Golden Gate El Camino, was completed, and the bid documents were prepared to include the main project between Del Mar and Jefferson, and then alternative 1 is from Indian Street to Del Mar. In Hope Sound, we have 3 projects: the Sound Brewing, the train station relocation, and a planting project. The first one, the Sound Brewing, received their building permit, and they're moving right along with the project. The interior walls were being installed. The project included a sidewalk closing to put in the driveway and utilities.
Get closer. Yeah.
For the historic Hope Sound train station, these plans have been finalized for relocation and the restoration of the historic train station. The museum is owned by the county and run by the Hope Sound Historic Society. This planning project, the parcel is owned by the county next to the railroad tracks. Our office partnered with Field Ops to landscape and bring beauty to the area. Grading and sod work is done, and a meter was installed in March. In Jensen Beach, the 3 projects are the resurfacing project along Jensen Beach, an investment program, and then the Route 66 mural and drive-through valet project. The Jensen Beach resurfacing project, in addition to DOT's resurfacing, and includes much-needed paver restoration, and that involves also planter locations. This new application was approved by the CRA on March 25th. This location is at 1930 Northeast Jensen Beach Boulevard. It includes a dental office and a second-floor apartment. Improvements include painting the main building. This area will be visible to events that are held adjacent to the front of the building. The Route 66 project is part of the Jensen Beach Tech Campus, where they will be providing valet parking for the restaurant and surrounding businesses. The drive-through valet area is shown in the middle and the right picture, and the mural on the building to the left is where people can take selfies and wait for their automobiles. 2 projects in Old Palm City include the Ripple Stormwater Eco Art project and the Palm City Place and patio. The Ripple project was completed, and a ribbon cutting was held on March 29th, where a crowd gathered. As you can see, it was a very successful event. The patio project saw a transformation actually over the last 3 months with the addition of the fishing dock, the shelter, picnic tables, ping pong table, cornhole, and brick pavers. If you're ever in the area, go by and the first thing you see is, I think, the shelter and the huge trees that have been planted out there. It's absolutely amazing. Port Salerno, we've got 3 projects I'll go over: the new Monrovia neighborhood improvements, the park, and the boardwalk enhancements. The new Monrovia neighborhood at the February 8th NEC meeting, the Port Salerno NEC meeting, staff presented these potential improvements that included sidewalks, lighting, traffic calming, and park improvements. At the same meeting, we talked about the actual park in detail and went over some potential improvements, including leveling of the grounds, replacing the basketball courts with a wider 6-hoop court, and providing a shade structure over the playground area. Proposals for design are in the works. Oops. Didn't mean for that to happen. It was from a previous presentation. Sorry about that. Next one is the boardwalk improvements that are underway along the marina area in the vicinity of Park Drive South, just south of Pirates Cove. Projects in Arroyo include banners, infill sewer, bioswales, and the crosswalk projects. We'll go into each detail. These were the newly designed banners that were installed. The bioswale is 90% complete with the installation of drainage, the stones, the geo-web, and the plantings. Dixie Highway Crosswalk, this project is finalizing the design, and we're securing the necessary easements that are necessary to carry out the project. CRA-wide, the annual report was completed. Design standards were underway. Several presentations were accomplished, including the Martin Cares a Mile Grant Community presentation and the Treasure Coast Community Development Panel. And several events were held. The Port Salerno Pelican Art Unveiling, the Ripple Ribbon Cutting, the State of the County event, and the Uplands Facilities Open House. And a couple of these pictures, the architecture standards was to the top left, the Miles Grant was to the bottom left, the Ripples in the middle, obviously the Pelicans to the top, and at the bottom was the Treasure Coast Community Development Panel. Moving into permits, this is the exciting part of the whole presentation, isn't it, Susan?
Yes, I'm excited.
So anyway, CRA permits increased by 25 from last year's quarter. Residential permits decreased by 10, but were $3.4 million higher. $3.4 million higher. The community permits increased by 35 and were $3.8 million higher. Here's a comparison of the residential permits from the last year's second quarter to this year's. As noted previous, the residential permits decreased by 10. On the valuation, the residential valuation increased by $3.4 million. You'll notice that, large orange portion, which is in Hope Sound, accounted for 5 new single-family homes in this area. Commercial permits, they increased by 35, mostly in the Rio and the Port Salerno CRAs. The commercial part of it increased by $3.8 million, doubling in the Hope Sound alone. This counted for the Sound Brewing at $1.6 million and the Project Lift project, which was $1.74. I hope this has been informative for the last 3 months that we have seen at the CRA. Any questions?
Any questions?
Good, thank you.
Nice report. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joy. Where's my
Okay.
house? Yeah.
Next up, capital projects review.
Oh, it was in here too. Good afternoon again, Susan Corres, Office of Community Development. We're going to do our capital projects. So this is going to bring you up to date from Joy ending the end of March. We'll see all of the amazing things that have happened since March 30th in the CRA. What is now? April 22nd. See how fast we're moving? I will go through those that have seen some changes. And feel free, as always, to ask questions about any of the projects that are on our capital projects list. I'm going to start with Golden Gate, and I kept Joy up here for a minute because we have finished all of the bid documents. I should say Joy and Jordan have finished all of the bid documents, and they are in purchasing right now. We intend to go out to bid on the project by the end of the month, so that's extremely exciting. It's been about a year since our last go-round with the project. And I have very quickly I just wanted to show you guys a slide and have Joy explain to you how this bid is going out and what we're hoping to get in return.
Yes, so the main section is between Del Mar, which is there a pointer? Okay. Del Mar to Jefferson, all the way to the south. And with this particular bid, since we did value engineering and reduce some costs in drainage, we wanted to kind of put the other section still back in between Indian Street to Del Mar, which is circled in red, in case we do have enough funds when the bid comes back in. So this would kind of complete this portion between Indian Street and Jefferson if the bids come in within reason. There is still one section that is missing from this link, which is the connection to Dixie Highway through the alley area between the Camino Rio right-of-way to Dixie Highway. But we did satisfy a connection by using Jefferson, which will be like a temporary connection on the sidewalk through that area. So with that, we're hoping that we can fund the entire section between Indian Street to Jefferson. And we will not forget about the Dixie Highway portion. That would just be a future phase.
How much is that portion how much are you looking for that?
The total between Indian Street and Jefferson is $3.6 million.
What about from Del Mar to Jefferson?
Del Mar to Jefferson was, let's see, 3.6 minus, like probably 2.5, 2.7, because the other section was just shy of $1 million.
Thank you.
So hopefully that will hit the streets at the end of the month. They'll have, I believe it would be a 30-day procurement period. Then it will come back, we'll open the bids and cross our fingers and hope for the best. And at that point, if everything looks good, we'll go to the board, get a contract, and have shovels in the ground by the fall. So that's exciting. Thank you, Joy.
Keep your fingers crossed.
How much money do we have now?
We have
We have enough for the main project. So, that we'll have to see what, it came in so high last time that it could come in where we want it this time. That was right after COVID and things were crazy, so I think that we have a way better shot at doing it, and at least we'll get the main project done. Yeah. Okay. For the Dixie Highway Stormwater and Streetscape redesign, Joy did mention in her quarterly report the train station. That is one piece of that project that Public Works is doing with the Commissioner's Office, although it is part of the larger project. And we're going to be having a little open house on Thursday, April 25th, for the community to come on in and see the designs. Again, we had brought that to the Hobe Sound community once at the art fair in February, but it was not this past February, it was February 23, and to the Chamber of Commerce and to the NAC. So we just thought we would let the community take another look and actually get a better look at what the train station piece of it is going to look like. So that'll be happening on the 25th at the Hobe Sound Civic Center. from 5 to 6 p.m. So if anybody's available, feel free to come by.
Is that advertised?
It has been, yes. Yeah, it was on our County Connections, it's on our website, and I think that we sent it out also through, or we will be sending it out through Constant Contact. Yeah. And we're going to move on to Salerno sidewalk connections. I just wanted to say a quick word about that we are 100% complete with our plans. Capital Projects is just about done with their repaving, so that project should be starting shortly. Next, we're going to move to the bioswale in Rio, and we're going to have a special guest star come up and talk about that. His name is Jordan Pastorius. What do I need to do?
Hi, good afternoon, Board. For the record, my name is Jordan Pastorius. I'm the Assistant Manager of the Office of Community Development. And first and foremost, just want to say Happy Earth Day. I'm bringing you an appropriate project for Earth Day, the Rio Bioswale Project.
By the way, this project is complete. In case I didn't mention that, that's why Jordan is going to show it to you.
So it all started with this concept here. It's an appropriate project for Earth Day.
Completely.
So it all started with Cuban Avenue is just on the south side of Dixie Highway in Rio, and they had some drainage issues where we were able to, on the first part of this phase, the first phase of this project, do some roadside swale work, and we also secured an easement, a drainage easement on private property that connected Cuban Ave stormwater to a rear ditch, which then was able to go out to a pipe, then out discharged to the river. We wanted to clean up the water before it got to the river, as well as clean up that back ditch. And in that, some project objectives were to increase stormwater runoff, storage capacity before the discharge, improve water quality prior to discharge into the St. Lucie River, and improve drainage on Cuban Avenue, as well as the Rio Shores neighborhood, and preserve existing native vegetation. Each one of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 side streets, dead end, and their stormwater runs into this ditch, which shows on this green line here, and then into this pipe out to the St. Lucie River. Some existing conditions of the swale were some overhanging vegetation causing excessive plant debris and clogs up existing stormwater systems, overhanging vegetation which caused patches where grass is unable to grow, and this caused a lot of loose dirt to be washed downstream and increased sedimentation in the baffle box, which is up here, and it clogged it up frequently, backing up water. Some swale bottom materials included 57 stone, which was then laid into this geoweb, and then laid on top this number 89 stone. Plant palette include Florida-friendly, Florida-native, drought-tolerant, low-maintenance, hardy soil stability, and a focus on water quality was definitely put into that. And I did want to point out, I'm not sure if all of you have seen this or are aware of it, but the CRA does have a stormwater design toolkit, which we then utilized with the plastic grid system, the bio-retention swales, and the rain garden. And with the extra capacity of stormwater, with all the stone down the center of the bioswale, we were able to pick up about 21,000 extra gallons of water, give or take, which is an average swimming pool. And here's some before pictures of what that swale looked like, a lot of overgrowth and patchy. Instead of playing it in here, I have a fun video to show you. Ever wondered how neighborhoods manage stormwater runoff while enhancing green spaces? Enter the bioswale, a nature-based solution that's making waves in urban development. A bioswale is a shallow vegetated channel designed to slow, collect, and filter stormwater runoff. But it's more than just a drainage system. It's a game changer for urban environments. By increasing stormwater capacity, bioswales prevent flooding during heavy rains, safeguarding neighborhoods from water damage. But here's the kicker. As stormwater passes through the bioswale, it undergoes natural filtration. This process removes pollutants and nutrients, improving water quality before it reaches our river estuary. But wait, there's more. Bioswales are biodiversity hotspots, hosting native vegetation and attracting pollinators like bees and butterflies. However, none of this would be possible without community involvement. The Ryle Neighborhood Advisory Committee and the Martin County Community Redevelopment Agency played a vital role in planning and implementing this Ryle bioswale project. So the next time you see a bioswale in your neighborhood, remember, it's not just about drainage. It's about creating greener, healthier communities for all of us.
Hi, I'm Tamora Smith. I'm the project manager for Sunshine Land Design, and this is our Rio Bioswale project, featuring all native plant species that it will attract butterflies, help with water retention, drainage issues. It's been a great project. We're completely finished at this point, and it looks great. Neighbors have been very receptive. I've had a lot of positive compliments, and people are excited to see the improvement to their neighborhood.
So if you have any other bioswale questions, I think that deserved a clap. Thank you, Bert. Thank you. Very good. Jordan decided to do that all on his own, so that was a little surprise for all of us. Since that was so much fun, we're going to let him take the next section as well. He's going to talk a little bit about the Palm City Place and patio. The project is moving along really, really well. If you go down Map Road at all, you'll see parts of that peeking over the fence now. It's hard to keep it a secret. Things are kind of larger than life, if you will. So he's going to tell us a little bit about that project. That was part of our capital project update. Yes.
Quick comment. I think that project's great. I'd love to see that all over the place. Piping water from one spot to the other spot just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Getting it back-
bioswale?
Yeah, the bioswales. Getting
And
the water back in the ground. plants.
Interesting, that project took no time at all to build and a very long time to get built, if you will, like the beginning of it.
There's a lot of community engagement involved with that and going door to door and getting people to understand what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
But-
community was not supportive at first until they sort of understood, and, Jordan kind of persevered and kept explaining and kept showing, and I think that they're all just going to love it. This is a beautiful thing right next to their homes. We're probably going to have a little celebration of it, so we'll let you know when that
I
happens.
think it took 2 years to get done
Done.
and 3 months
To build.
In a new project, it wouldn't be as complex because you had to get properties and all those things. But on a new project, it's
Yeah.
an easy way to handle the stormwater.
Now you have a showcase for other areas if they want to
Yes.
see what it'll look like.
Yes, absolutely.
And I know, Susan, we had talked about that after the Ripple event, because that's something I think
It,
we just need to be exposed
it makes a difference when you see it. If you can see that, all the explaining in the world, means nothing. You got to put your eyes on it, so, yeah.
We also worked really close with Public Works and their Field Operations Division because they were the ones that would be maintaining and mowing this, and as well, they would have to go out and clean that drainage structure out all the time.
It'd be interesting to monitor and see how it all works and see how often, if it's less.
Definitely.
Very nice.
Thanks. So the patio at Palm City Place is moving right along. We have, which you can see in the right-hand picture there, the cornhole sets are both in. The ping pong tables are in. All but one of the picnic tables with checkerboard motif are installed. I would say a little more than half at this point of the artificial turf is installed. Most of the pavers are in. The shelter is going up with the roof being installed right now. The north property line, the vegetation with the shrubbery was put in, as well as all of 6 of the gumbo limbo trees you see on the bottom left. All 6 of those have been installed. And
Wow.
yeah, just wow. I like to point out the right-hand photo, if you look at the entire stormwater treatment area from an aerial, the wetland area around the ponds there kind of looks like half of a heart. So it's like right in the heart of Palm City.
Oh. Look at
So
that.
we are tentatively going to start planning ribbon cutting on Saturday, June 1st, and I don't have any more details than that, but we will inform you as they progress.
That's our tentative date.
So thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Two great projects.
Thanks, Jordan. And the last one we're going to talk about is the Ripple ribbon cutting. I know that a lot of you did attend that event, and I'm just going to show you some quick pictures. I was going to show you the video, but it's almost 10 minutes long, and I thought we probably didn't want to watch that. So instead, how do I make that? Yeah, I don't know how to do this from current. Okay. So just to give you an idea of, this was held on the second parcel, Site 2, and it has a structure, and this is the structure that has the weather vane, which I'm going to show you, which is one of the art elements, and it has this whole water cistern system. And here are the art panels that went in. So they're all around this particular structure, and then structure 3 that's on Site 3, which has the pier and is on the water, also has art panels in it, and they're just awesome if you get a chance to go. Here's a bigger pass at it. The one on Site 2 where we were, they're all about the history of Palm City. So there's like some old pictures, and it talks about the history. It talks a little bit about the project and how it relates to that. It's really cool. There's the weather vane. Yeah, really cool. So we had lots of people talking. As you can see, Commissioner Campy and Rex were very excited about the program and the project. Then we had John Mayle. He's our manager of ecosystems. We had Todd Warren representing the Field Operations Division. Both of these departments we worked really, really closely with on this project. They were integral to its funding and to the way it looks today. And last but not least, of course, Lucy, who is the eco-artist on the project and kind of kept it going for all these years. But we made it. This is just some of the folks there that were enjoying. It was just a beautiful day, and you can see we're set up here to have some more fun, which I'll show you. There's Lucy. She had us do an art project, and she calls this Native Impressions. Sadia, hold yours up. Do you have yours? Sadia was there. She made one. She takes clay, and you press in a native plant or flower or leaf or whatever, and we each made 2 of them, one that stays on site. So the ones that stay there, Lucy has put all over all 4 sites, and then we each got one to take home. It was a lot of fun. There we all are, making our...
Yeah.
We had excellent community attendance because community engagement was very big in this project. They've been really, the community right here in Old Palm City has been involved since the first day. There we are cutting the ribbon. Beautiful project, beautiful day. There we go. Oops. So that's Ripple. That's the end of my capital projects report. If anybody has any questions on any other portion, we are going to bring you an investment program update for the last one that was complete later in the meeting. We good? Yeah? Okay.
Moving on to old business. Is that correct?
How about that? We're already up to the investment program that came later in the program. Here we are. And I'm going to ask Jana Cox, she is the program manager for Hobe Sound and Jensen Beach and the investment program, to come on up and do this one with us.
How are you guys?
Let me find you, Jana.
Okay, so I have a short presentation on the project completion report for applicant number 2, which is in Golden Gate. As you all know, the program was approved, the CRA investment program, on November 22nd of '22. Since the inception, we have completed 7 projects. We have 2 in process, 1 that's pending, and actually we have 2 that are pending. So we have a total of 10 applicants in 18 short months. The funding, we have contributed approximately $122,000 to the business investment program, and the owners have invested $69,000 of their own money. The one that I'm talking about today in Golden Gate is a property improvement program, and they actually have all 10 been property improvement. This one qualified with the activities of exterior painting, stucco, or siding, and a new door added to their building. It's in the Golden Gate area, and the property is in the core subdistrict, so it qualified for this program. This slide just shows the process. If you are a property owner, the application, submit all the required documents, and I wanted to let you know that we have the process down. It flows pretty well. This one actually only took 3 months from start to finish to start the project and get reimbursed. This shows a little bit about the applicant. It was presented to you guys on December 18th of '23. The location, the property improvement, they got all their items finished and permits closed, pictures turned in, reimbursed by March of '24. Oh, and I did have a few quotes from the applicant. He said, "Thank you for approving our application. Our beautiful new door and improved facade look incredible." And once you see the before and after pictures, you'll realize that for them to walk up to the building where they have to slide the door open and get their supplies every day, it was pretty rickety, and they just needed to be proud of what their building looked like and happy to go to work and get their supplies. So I think we accomplished that. He also said we have had several comments on how nice the buildings look, and our tenants love it. And they highly recommend the CRA investment program, as these positive changes benefit and strengthen the entire community, residents, businesses, and visitors. Next slide. These are the before pictures, and if you'll notice the rotting wood and the old door that could barely slide open. And it's like night and day, the after pictures, the nice new door, and the stucco on the side. We do have applications if anyone's interested. We could hand you one, or you can go to our website, and it has all the up-to-date information for applying to the CRA investment program. And that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, let me know.
Nope. Everybody good?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jana. So really, all I have left, if it please the chair, that I continue?
Yes.
I just have some program, some agency updates for you. We do have our annual report. Yay! So everybody gets their own personal copy. We will be also giving those out to the community and to our neighborhood advisory committee members, so that folks can see the great year that we had in 2023, which we really did, fiscal year 2023. So that's a completed thing for this year. We also have a new employee, which I would like to introduce her to you. Elise, could you just stand up? That's Elise Rafa, and she actually was a Martin County employee before we, as we say here, poached her from another department. So Elise is going to be handling art in public places, historic preservation, and communications for everything, and that's all 6 CRAs, plus those other 2 programs. So it's a good thing she has youth on her side because she's going to be very busy. So welcome to Elise. Today is actually her first day with us. I wanted to go, I'm saving the best for last, Mia, so don't worry, I didn't forget you. I wanted to go quickly over the recent open house that we had that Joy mentioned in her quarterly report, just to show you where we are. This, again, is a Public Works project. This is happening in Port Salerno. It is in the CRA on Park Drive, right near the docks. This is what the facility, we've talked about it before, so I'm just bringing you the update from the open house. This is what the latest design for the Upland facility and what it will look like. In the middle, we did talk about doing an art space. So that's what that middle portion there is. The building is not open from the front, it will be open from the back. And it will house several bathrooms and a laundry area and a small office for the dockmaster. The community came and gave us some of their input as to what they might like to see. When we were talking about the art, we showed several examples of the types of things that you could put in that space that might work in that space. The community seemed to like mosaics the best, so we will probably be looking into that. I don't know the name of the color that they chose, but it's that pretty blue with the circle around it. That's the color that most people, or the majority of folks that came, liked. And there will be park amenities there. One was, I know that they had talked a little bit about a kayak launch being there. There are some benches there, and I don't know if there's a bike rack there, but some of the stuff that's there, the picnic table, are sort of old, so we'll be replacing a few of those and making sure that there's the same number of those things, if not more, for the community to enjoy. So I wanted to bring you up to date on that, and if there aren't any questions, yes? Yeah.
See, I'm usually sitting over there. I don't have to do that. So just to clarify and make sure, because there was still a question, will the public be able to utilize the restrooms there?
I don't believe they will, no. They'll be for the mooring field population and then one for the dock authority.
Okay.
Any other questions? No? Okay. We're going to move to our last update for today, and that is to talk a little bit about Port Salerno Pelicans. They have landed. They are there. They're parading down Dixie every day. There's a great video, and I'm going to send you guys, I'll send you the links to the Pelican video and the Ripple. But I do have a few pictures, and I also have another special guest for us today, and that's Mia Lindberg. She's here to talk a little bit about the project. She is the artist, along with her husband and a crew of very talented people, got that project done. So we're really pleased. I'll show a few pictures. Mia, why don't you come on up? So this is one of 3 pelicans.
So, hi, Mia Lindberg,
Hello.
artist for Port Salerno. And what would you
Well, I'm
want to
just,
take it from there?
yeah. So this is some of the signage. If you guys remember, we did that ad nauseum. We went over what's going to be on the signs, how are they going to look, all of that. So there's our signage. You can see that she and her team painted the boxes, and all of the metal was shined up. The teak benches were refurbished a little bit. And thanks to Public Works, they came out and cleaned all the pavers and really did a nice job. I needed to show this because I just love to show the good job that Naomi does. Welcoming the community. There is another pelican ready to take off, and you can really get a feel for the size. when you see the people walking next to the Pelican.
Big Bird.
Big Bird, love that one. So that's it. Just wanted to share that a little bit with you, and we will show you the video. Did you have anything else you wanted to say,
Well, I
or?
just wanted to say thank you to everybody for waiting so long for the project to be done. It was big for us because we do structural steel, and we turn things around to do artistic steel. We're very, very proud. We're very, very proud that you allowed us to be part of the community forever. You should know that we will maintain the birds, and we will especially be looking after each one of them in these next couple of months to see if there's anything we need to think about further maintenance on. Other than that, you should have a problematic-free installation. And they are beautiful, and everybody there was so gracious. I don't know how we ended up being the people that were privileged enough to do this.
Shall I explain how you ended up?
By default, yes. But we're glad we ended up giving you what you wanted, and I thank everybody for their kindness when we were there doing the ribbon cutting. I hope that you love them, and I hope the city gets to enjoy them for a long time. You should know that they are able to come off their platforms in case we get like a Category 5. So they will come off, and they will go to a safe place in the county to be taken care of. And
That would be Mia's garage. No.
yes, they want to come home.
Yeah, they're going to come home. Thanks, Mia, for being here. We really appreciate it. That was a project brought to you by the Port Salerno CRA and Art in Public Places. So another nice partnership that really works. That's a really nice way to do things. So we're going to try to continue that in the future.
Mia, thank you very much. They really turned out very, very nice.
Bravo.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have plaques. Thank you.
They're very unique. Yeah.
I have plaques for everyone. They'll be at the June, is it the June meeting for Port Salerno?
When is our next Port Salerno? I think it's in May.
In May?
Yeah, we'll make sure you have the date.
Okay, so I will have plaques and the little tiny pelicans.
Oh, right, we just had one in April. It is June.
June.
You know my calendar better.
So there will be something for everyone and for at that NAC meeting.
Okay.
For the participants, the
Okay.
people in the crowd. Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
I just want to say we were also working at the same time to conclude, thank God, Rio. And I just want to make a note to you guys that without Susan and without Jordan, they just kept the projects moving forward as best that they could, working with a couple of crazy artists. And Jordan was one of the best team leaders I've gotten to work with.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's referring to the benches and the bike racks, which are also complete. You guys knew that. And that is a complete Rio CRA project, yeah. Although AIPP does get to maintain them. Really, Mia does that, so we're good.
These are the bike racks that are flat, like,
The mosaic bike racks and the benches, and the mosaic benches and those bike racks, yeah, so the first ones that were done, Bert, in Rio were metal. And then the second phase, which Mia just completed, the bike racks are cement? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So we don't know what the third phase will look like yet. We haven't approached that. We're going to all take a rest first and get back to that. Keep you posted. Anyway, that's all for me.
Thank you, Susan. Moving right along, next agenda item is any comments from the public? Anyone? Very good. Members, any comments? Yes, Jimmy.
At the last Port Salerno NAC meeting, it was very, very helpful and informative. So I want to thank Susan and her team for bringing in, oh goodness, you have to remind me.
Leo Rapetti
Leo,
and
yes.
Sam Emerson.
Yes, yes, yes. That was very informative because it helps us, know how we are going to proceed.
Yeah,
with
they're
the sewer
very
project.
knowledgeable.
So I think we're all on the same page now. So fingers crossed. Thank you.
I would like to say something about whole program of the CRA. I've been here, I'm the old,
The old guard.
the old guard. I was on the first CRA before we got fired, but honestly, the best thing ever happened to our communities is the CRA. And I want to thank you, Susan, and your staff. You've been really on the ball on everything. And I am so grateful. I used to couldn't even go get salt when you get dark in the Golden Gate. Now I'm all over the place about 5 in the morning or 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Nobody say a word. So that tell you, we thank you. You guys did an outstanding job. And I hope the community understand that we are flabbergasted. We don't live in a blighted period. We live in
No,
a
and just wait till Joy gets done with you.
I know. I'm so excited with her.
Thank you, Sadia.
You're welcome.
I think this really will highlight what I think Sadiq is saying, that it really illustrates all the hard work that the county and the CRA has gone through, and this is a good publication, so.
Thank you, Bert. We couldn't do it without support from this board specifically, because we've always had your support, so we appreciate that, and the support of our communities. And administration, let me just say, since Mr. Stokas is sitting over there, that would probably be politic of me, to mention that. Duly noted, okay.
I'd just like to say it's really nice after all these years of seeing some projects being completed and how really nice these communities are turning out to be. And I was at a meeting of the architect and came up from Palm Beach that's helping with the design for the new design project. And he was mentioning that these are gems that are going to be known all the way up and down the coast. So, very nice. Thank you all for helping us.
You're welcome, and I think we have possibly one of the shorter meetings. I don't think we beat our record, though.
I guess you're done with the county, any county comments? So,
I'm done.
okay, I'd like to go ahead and adjourn this meeting.